about Comic-Con, and there are certain elements of Comic-Con that, as a comic nerd, I gotta ask, I gotta know. We're gonna do a Q&A in just a second, so if you want to start lining up. But as a nerd, okay, this is gadgets, this is superpowers. I know you can't reveal too much, but give me something, man.
The Raiders have a vehicle called the Raider vehicle.
That's something that's nice.
It's there in the teaser, but yeah, that's...
Are there any superpowers you can tease that I can just know a little?
Of our guys, huh? No, but I think I'm very excited for, like, because for us to be here, I just think we're on the shoulders of, like, all of this mythology and 100 years of cinema and actors, great movies, and we're here. And finally we're able to get, like, Indian mythology here, because here you guys have superheroes, you love your superheroes so much. And, you know, if you have, like, Superman who can fly into space, like, you know, we have Hanuman who can eat the sun, right? And then if you have, like, Thor or Hulk who can break a building, like, then we have Hanuman who can lift a mountain, or, like, you know, Kumbhakarna who is a mountain. So I'm very interested for the world to meet India.
Same, I cannot wait to see all this superheroes.
Guys, before we go into the Q&A, Nagi, I had one problem. Where is Mr. Kamal Hassan in that teaser? Where is he? Would you want to answer that? Would you want to answer? How does it go? I have a problem.
I mean, first I'll say that Sir is there throughout the teaser, but you don't know. Starts with him, it's his teaser.
So you have something to say to that?
Well, I'll agree with what he says because he's the director.
I love how cryptic. I've learned so much and so little at the same time, which is how it's supposed to be in this hall, this magic hall. Speaking of this magic hall, I would love to hear from some of you. Do we have microphones out for the audience? I only see Stormtrooper guys. They're very intimidating. Oh, we do. Good sir.
Hey.
Whoever's got the first question, by all means. I think someone's going to have a microphone, I assume. I've got good hearing, but not that good. I love the dramatic spotlight. There it is. He's entering the dramatic spotlight.
Hi, Nag Ashwin. I've been a huge fan of you. Always from Mahanati. And yeah. My question is, you said that there's going to be blend between the mythology and science fiction. Like, is it a conscious choice, or it flowed organically when you're developing the screenplay?
It's a great question.
I'd say it's a bit of both. Like, you know, once you start down the road, you need to know where you're going. So it was a conscious thought, but after that, it just grew on its own.
Thanks, man. All right, we got our next question queuing up.
Thank you so very much for this wonderful teaser. We all loved it. I have a question for the director and the Ulaganayagan. You could have taken this in a different aspect altogether. Why the post-apocalyptic war? And to the Ulaganayagan, you have always done movies which have some sort of a mythological reference, where it be Vishwarupam, Dasavataram, or Uttama villain. Is that the reason for which you decided to be a part of this of this movie, because it has some sort of a mythological reference? Thank you so much.
Yeah, mine was almost the previous question on it. Like, it was the same.
What was it?
Like the previous question, I said, like, we decided to mix consciously mythology and sci-fi. So I think that solved.
Yes, and the reason I accepted to do this film, I come from the analogous cinema to digital cinema. So without a negative, there's no positive. So a negative role is an important role in the film. So two negatives, you know, can make a positive. So I'd like to find out who's the other villain in the film. And it's exciting because, one, it happens in a time where all of us may not live to see, but we are going to play that time. So it's a fantastic vision, to think of the future while you're so worried about the present. So that itself takes a lot of question. And to mix it with our mythology, which means the audience are clued in on to what kind of story we are trying to narrate, because you just have to give them a glimpse of a character from mythology and they will understand the flow of the story. So much backstory can go unsaid and we can cut to the chase. And that's beautiful about mixing mythology and your own conceived action.
Yeah. I cannot wait to see this world you guys have built. I'm so excited. Like, this last hour has been just built, immaculately dressed.
Hi. Alright, what's up, man? My name is Srijit. So my question to you guys is, like, it's so great that we're finally having, like, sci-fi fantasy stuff come out of India now. And I'm a huge sci-fi buff, and for the longest time, I've always questioned it, like, why doesn't India do more sci-fi fantasy stuff? And I'm curious what your guys' answer to that is. Like, what do you think makes now so special to have this content come out of India now?
Because I'm waiting for you.
It's interesting. Why not? Is your
Why?
question? And why now?
I mean, why now? That's why I was asking Prabhas to answer this was, like, I genuinely think after Bahubali, after Prabhas and Rajmouli and Rana made Bahubali, movies like this have, they've accelerated what could have happened in 10 years is happening now, and this man has opened the doors, so he'll tell you why.
So like, Nagi is like,
How does speak Balla does. Let's continue this. So why not? Should I just take that from you? Okay. This is what happens when you do stuff like this. But yeah, so I think India is like, take for example, we're like 100 years after Hollywood in some ways, but we're still a 100-year-old cinematic nation. And probably Bahubali was the first time India created scale, and we understood what spectacle cinema meant. We understood what franchises meant. We had a comic book culture, but that never came into the movies. And I feel like this was the first cycle of it. And from the time the first film came, it just didn't stop. And you're going to see a lot more. I feel like this is the first Indian true movement the way you can have superheroes. Hence we're at Comic-Con. You'll see a lot more of us. Was that a well enough answer?
All right, I think we probably have time for one more.
I'm a very big fan of everybody sitting on there. My first question is with Nagi. He mentioned in one of the interviews, this is very tough to write. I learned how to write it, and then I wrote it, and I don't know how to make it. I have learned how to make this movie, and then I'm making it. Would you be able to elaborate a little bit on that, now that everybody knows what is Project K?
Yeah, all these what is Project K merchandise is put. I get to see what to do with it.
It's Kalki. It's Kalki. Let's say it loud. Can you say it for us? There you go. Now let's fix it.
Yeah.
Can we expect Rana in the movie?
I'm here already.
He's here, no, right next to me.
In the movie?
I'm just outside, just by the periphery.